Many of us have strong, bold opinions, yet some of us shy away from those passionate conversations. Opinions that people stand by, often about topics that are close to their hearts. They are unlike the firm, frigid facts that are placed in a black and white framework. Rather, there is a vast spectrum in between, which is the region of opinions. And that region is home to each unique perception paired with individual minds. Sometimes this region can get a bit problematic considering some of the most toxic ideals existing in our society originates from here. I want you to picture this. Imagine that you are at a birthday party. The lights are dim, music is blaring, you're dancing and having fun with your friends. Then suddenly, someone loudly mocks you. We can't see you. Everyone around you erupts into snickers and you start to feel really small. It's not fun anymore, is it? Born with dark skin, taunts and insults were all I heard throughout my childhood, and it affected me more than I would like to admit. People always told me, wear face cream, put on lighter foundation, don't stay out in the sun. Once, a relative had even got me facial products for fairer skin, making me promise that I would use them. It was at that point when I had completely given in to these opinions. People, those who told me to ignore this, were the same people who constantly recommended me different remedies to whitewash my skin. Naturally, from this region sprung a lot of internalized problems. Being on the receiving end of such treatment made me believe that everyone had to look a certain way to be liked. I had become quite judgmental and narrow-minded, and I was quick to criticize others based on their appearances. I didn't realize that I was nurturing a toxic mentality until years later. All of this changed when I transferred to a different school, adhering to a completely different curriculum, where one of the main objectives was to equip students with the skills necessary to derive their own conclusions about a particular subject. This abrupt change in my life was a hard reality check for me. Ever since, I have been working on reading up on personal anecdotes and experiences of people of color, relating to it, rebuilding my morals and principles while developing my analytical skills. Occasionally, I found myself speechless, unable to phrase any thoughts whatsoever. But over time, it became more easier to express myself as I worked on being more genuine and open-minded. My mind used to be clouded with this fear of having such opinions and being judged for it, and insecure about my own loud voice. But I have grown since then, and I know this because my mind becomes a little more clearer with each passing day. In 11th grade, I found myself in a new environment again, and I was determined to be even better. And in these past 2 years, I think I have progressed even more in reshaping my identity. No longer was I that detached kid who lived monotonously to please others. I had become my own person. In these past 2 years, I have grown much more as a student and as a teenager who was fast approaching adulthood. In the time that I have interacted with other people, I noticed up close how opinions can differ even at a diminutive level. And somehow the coexistence of these multiple ideas have led to heated conversations and uncivilized arguments. I realized that one of the most prevalent problems in our society is forcing one's agenda on the other. Many instances come to my mind where people with opposing views try to shut the other down simply because they didn't like for their own opinion to be disputed or challenged. There are so many strong repulsive beliefs that form the cornerstones of our society. And when you rethink and start to question them, you are promptly put down and told that you're wrong. I think that's where people need to realize two things. One, opinions are personal interpretations that show how each individual perceives the world as it is. Second, much of these ideals are simply opinions that manage to gain momentum over the years and turn into aggressive agendas. For instance, people who do not fit the conventional beauty standards are made to feel that they need to change their appearances to ease the dysphoria of society. How do we tackle this problem? Well, first and foremost, it is imperative that we make an actual informed judgment. By reading up on the concerned topic, segregating the data into facts and opinions, verifying the facts, understanding the different perspectives, then gathering it all and deriving our own conclusions. Opinions are different shades of grey that cannot be classified as absolute right or wrong, but facts can. For instance, the Black Lives Matter movement has been moving forward so strongly, and it has shown how prominent colorism is in India. Question the concept. Is our worth really determined by the color of our skin? Is that a fact, or is that an opinionated agenda? Second, we need to practice healthier tactics when dealing with disagreements. Disagreements are nothing but obstinate opportunities for us to learn a new perspective and to broaden our horizons. Yet, many conversations go downhill real quick due to varied opinions and turn into fights. Disagreements that are discussed with an open mind can make for a very healthy, progressive relationship. Disagreements that turn into fights and end up in tears will lead to more damage instead of growth. And in the long run, it creates for a very regressive environment where no individual could possibly grow mentally or intellectually. Let us say that I like Korean pop music better. You claim that Bollywood songs are better. Instinctively, we try to argue with each other and prove the other person wrong. We start to berate and yell at each other, and soon enough, we cross each other's boundaries and end up hurting the other person. Why do we do this? Both of us are chasing that satisfying sensation of being the indisputable winner of this fight, who will be right no matter what. But on the receiving end, it can get quite frustrating and brutal. Now let's visualize a different outcome. I say I like Korean pop music better, you claim that Bollywood songs are better. We both see the potential of an interesting debate. We put forth our points. We acknowledge where the other person is coming from, try to put ourselves in their shoes and see what they mean. But most importantly, we do not lose sight of each other's boundaries. In the end of the debate, it doesn't matter whether our opinions changed or not. What matters is that we understand and interact with each other better, instead of convincing the other person otherwise. There are a few important rules of thumb that I would like all of you to remember. Know your facts, understand the different opinions. Facts are black and white. Opinions are different shades of grey. An individual's worth and authority is not determined by their beliefs, their gender, their skin color, their sexuality, so on and so forth. Disagreements are healthy, fights are not. Lastly, practice never losing sight of the boundaries. I say this with reference to the line between the opinions and facts, which can be so easily erased. I also say this with reference to the personal boundaries each one of us have so as to not hurt each other. Let's rethink and recreate a more progressive society for our betterment, and for the future generations. Thank you.